his tech coach. Red Raiders' last home game back on November 30th. They beat Wyoming by 4, and we are ready to go tonight. That's J.T. Toppin for the Red Raiders in the circle. Ring Neri for Northern Colorado. Red Raiders in their home white, visiting Bears in the dark blue and gold, and the Red Raiders controlling the tip. And here comes Christian Anderson. Oh, Lawan Watts, no one defending him. Drove inside, got bumped hard. It was Brock Wisne who got him. And there's the first foul of the ball game.
Yeah, he just.
Red Raiders want to say he was shooting, and that might turn out to be the case.
Well, yeah, I think that's part of that continuation rule that has been implemented this year. Very NBA-esque. But I think, yeah, Lawan Watts just said, hey, nobody's going to guard me. I'm not going to settle. I'm going to drive it in there.
Watts, known for his offense, top 10 among all players in the Big 12 in free throw percentage. It's 82%. Got the first, gets the second.
Well, and you've already made 2 free throws in this one, and you had 3 versus Arkansas.
Man, you struggled in that game from the line. Here's the Bears starting 5. Delano in there, number 1. It's his first ever start, and he draws a tough assignment against the Red Raiders, who just forced the turnover.
Yeah, Vincent Delano is going to wear number 1, and he's got a heavy load trying to take up, for the missing Quinn Danker, who is the Bears' best player. So he will certainly have his work cut out for him tonight. But there's Watts going to work, and you're going to see a lot of paint touches by the Red Raiders this evening.
Danker injured in Northern Colorado's last game. Man, nice backdoor play to block inside.
Yeah, just a backdoor cut. You overplayed the passing lane, and just an easy pass. But yeah, there's a couple of Texas Tech keys for you tonight. And again, it's that defensive improvement. You see a little lapse right there, getting beat back door. But Grant McCaslin wants to see that in stretches. You see Christian Anderson knock down the 3. And then no Bear arc party is what we're going to say, because this is a Bears team that comes in making over 11 threes a game on average. They score 87 points a game, and there's your one right there, but you force a miss.
Atwell with the rebound for the Red Raiders. That 3 a moment ago by Christian Anderson, his 34th of the year. He and Atwell started this ball game each with 33. Red Raiders right at 11 3-pointers a game as well. Here's Watts again on the block, mismatch there against Delano, and able to go up and off the glass and score.
Yeah, for Northern Colorado, it's that physicality, and you've got to match it. And I think they probably come into this game feeling pretty good about it. You see another cut right there, just having a hard time guarding them. But they're not going to be afraid. They watched that Wyoming game, and John, you mentioned that. The Red Raiders only win that game by 4 points, so they'll come in with a lot of confidence. And they must guard the blocks. Lawan Watts and J.T. Toppin are going to get a ton of touches on the blocks tonight, and we'll see how they defend it. But you see the double team right there, and that's what it opens up. Christian Anderson does not knock it down, but it equals a lot of 3-point opportunities if you decide to double the post.
Anderson, a 43% shooter here in the early year, going outside that arc. Red Raiders knew that Northern Colorado would be very good offensively, particularly when they run plays. It's a mark of the Red Raider assistant, Steve Linder, who Steve Smiley of Northern Colorado worked for 4 years.
Yeah, he's a Jeff Linder protege. But you see the different sets and easy baskets that they've already gotten. And that won't please the Texas Tech head coach at all.
Red Raiders by 3 here in the early going. 8 on that shot clock. Back to Lawan Watts. Floater is good. And Lawan Watts is off to a great start for Grant McCaslin.
Yeah, already has 6 in the game.
Here's Delano inside. He got bumped by Atwell, and that'll give him an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And again, these Bears are without one of the best players in the Big Sky Conference tonight. Denker came into this building last year and scored 16 points, averaging over 17 a game this year. Broke his hand. We'll get into that as we go, but Delano going to have to pick up a lot of the slack, but mainly lead the team. It's a lot to ask, but it's a good start there as he gets the N1 opportunity.
Transfer from the University of Portland, one of the new faces on that Northern Colorado team. Christian Anderson trying to work his way inside, found Watts again, and Watts has 8 for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, just penetrating the lane. Good job by Christian Anderson right there. Comes in averaging over 7 assists a game, and he's just been such a good floor general.
Oh, Shields follows up the miss.
Yeah, having a hard time keeping him out of the lane.
Watts, no stranger to Northern Colorado, played at Washington State a year ago, had 11 points and 8 rebounds, and a Huskies win over the Bears. The Red Raiders staying inside with Bomboye, who picks up the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, pretty clear to see what the game plan is. Both teams trying to attack the basket, put pressure on the rim.
Red Raiders by 5 here in the early going from the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
Let's say I obtain a car for less than you think it cost.
I don't follow.
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah?
Guess how much I paid for it.
Enjoy the new car.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for $119 a month, or get 2.99% APR or $22.50 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Red Raiders with a 5-point advantage over Northern Colorado here early. It's been all Lawan Watts, Chris, with 10 for the Red Raiders, and something's got to give tonight. Red Raiders haven't lost at home. Northern Colorado hasn't lost on the road this season.
Well, it's very impressive by Coach Smiley's group to have been able to go. I mean, you wanted Pepperdine and I think Omaha. I mean, they've strung together a really nice season. I think the best start in program history. And the Red Raiders have just been known for really holding serve in the non-conference at home. And the one thing, though, that can get you beat, if you're not careful, because it's starting to happen a bit more around the country, is if you just let a team get hot from deep. And this is a team that can do it. We've already seen how much pressure they put on the rim with some of those backdoor cuts. But, you know, obviously be a tough task without Denker tonight for the Bears. But, again, really good and just so good and efficient on offense.
Good from outside the arc where they lead the Big Sky. They are top 20 in the NCAA shooting the ball from out there. But here's Luke Bomboye, who did not play in the Red Raiders' loss to Arkansas last Saturday. And, man, they could have used him.
He was missed.
Transfer from Virginia Commonwealth. Can't complete that three-point play, though, but Watts fighting for that rebound was out of bounds. It'll be Northern Colorado basketball. Among those 9 wins this season are 3 overtime games. In fact, their last time out, an overtime victory over South Dakota. Red Raiders on their way to the Elite 8 a year ago won 3 overtime games.
That's a sign of good coaching, though. You figure out the way you win games in the margins and figuring out ways to win close games, especially this early in the season. Very impressive by Coach Smiley and his staff.
Northern Colorado keeps the possession alive with the offensive rebound, and how about that? Mallion inside with a left-handed jump hook.
Yeah, they've scored in a variety of different ways.
Red Raiders trying to go to the hot hand of Lawan Watts here. Spins around Yamazaki. Here's Bomboye in the lane. Worked on that a lot, and before the teams came out even to get warmed up this evening. The floater in the lane is good. Red Raiders back to a 5-point advantage. Shields going to try to back down Bomboye at 6'10", 250. Nice spin move. Not there, though, but a foul called. Officials tonight are Doug Sermons, Tony Padilla, and Matthew Rukason.
Yeah, and Coach McCaslin really trying to talk to his guys. We mentioned that defensive growth. That's where the lack of continuity has come in, but you just got to be able to guard the ball. And you've missed various pieces in some of these games, but that's where it suffers the most, is just not being able to keep the guys, the opposition out of the lane. And
Shields an 81% shooter at the line. A couple of free throws from him late is what sent that game against South Dakota into overtime that the Bears would eventually win. Watt's going to go right inside against Wisne, who was just in off the bench, and he off the glass and in. 12 for Watts. His career best just is 24. He's trying to get that in the first half.
Halfway there.
Wisne got inside of Watts, but that ball kicked out of bounds.
But you have a decision to make on the other end of the floor, and you have to either contest the entry pass or contest the catch. And right now, Texas Tech just allowing too many deep post touches. It's causing problems.
Wisne and Shields for the Bears, both shooting better than 60% from the floor this year. Boy, another long-range shot there is good from Mowen. Arik Mowen, sophomore for the Bears, cuts the Red Raider lead to 3.
Yeah, 5 off the bench.
Here's Toppin, three-pointer on the way is good. Red Raiders second of the ball game.
Well, that's, he's shooting 11% from behind the arc, and that's just his third made 3 of the game. I think most teams are willing to allow him to shoot that shot, as he's such a handful on the block and in the paint that I think you're willing to give that one up.
Little strong on that three-point effort. Wisne got the rebound. Back up top to block, and here we go again. Wisne's got an open three. That might have been tipped by Toppin.
Yeah, definitely a rotation coming off of his hand.
Yeah, Jalen Petty in the game now for the Red Raiders. Wearing that mask, has a broken nose, but doesn't affect the three-point shooting.
That's what he can do for you. Just instant offense off the bench. Again, I think you can see his head coach telling him, now it's time to play some D.
A wide open look in the corner. Little strong. Shields, though, the rebound at 6'10". He's fouled going up. And he'll be back at the free throw line for Northern Colorado. Toppin's 3 on the way. As you mentioned, he doesn't make a lot of them. That's the 32nd of his career. But he has not been that accurate this season, although did make a couple against Arkansas.
When they say styles make fights, and that Texas Tech Arkansas game, that was a game where you only played 6 players, but you come away saying, boy, you didn't want to get up and down the floor with those guys. You wanted to slow the game down. This is a game where I think Northern Colorado, they want to run, and obviously they average over 87 points a game. I'm not sure that they will win a track meet in this building, though. So this may be a game where Texas Tech says, hey, if you want to run, let's get after it.
The Raiders by 8. Here's Toppin.
Yeah, 2-man game.
Not going to double team him. Going to go in the lane. There's the spin move. Right-hander's not good, and it's tipped around into the hands of Delano. Now Yamasaki has 2 Red Raiders on him. Bryant took the ball away from him. Tyree Bryant 3 off the back iron, no good. Bears had everybody inside to rebound, and no Red Raider in sight. Here's Wisne, top of the key, over Watson. He's good from outside the arc.
Well, everybody's got the green light, don't they?
Man. Well, the 1-1 certainly does, and he's feeling it.
15.
His season high is 21. Did that in the Red Raiders game against Illinois. But has 15 of the Red Raiders 28.
Yeah, he only had 8 versus Arkansas. Got in a little foul trouble, but he's trying to make up for it here. They're going to call, is that a goaltend?
They will call goaltending against the Red Raiders there. That might have been Toppin who got his hand on the ball, but 11 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Red Raiders on top of the Bears.
Time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for tradition, or history, or even greatness. It keeps moving, and if we don't move with it, we get left behind. Texas Tech stands at the edge of something bigger. Every touchdown, every win has led to this. The future won't build itself. We build it.
We are creating an unusually amazing customer experience.
We don't push product. We want to understand how we can help.
Where UMB and the relationship officers do a fantastic job is getting to know the customer, build trust, and let them know they care.
I think everyone sells relationship banking, but we deliver it.
Reliant is the home of free electricity weekends, so your home can be the home of epic bedtime stories. The truly free weekends electricity plan gives you free electricity every weekend automatically from 8 p.m. Friday to 12 a.m. Monday. And when you have Reliant and Vivint, they're smarter together, giving you the power to manage your electricity and your smart home all in one place. Live happily ever after with the truly free weekends electricity plan from Reliant, proud partners of Texas Tech Athletics.
The Caroline lifestyle is anything but boring. Here I have the freedom to do what I want. I can walk my dog and not worry about my safety. I'm doing the line dancing. We take our day trips that Caroline furnish. I go to bed with a smile on my face and I wake up with a smile on my face. The staff here is excellent.
When it comes to the very best in retirement living, look no further than Caroline Senior Living. Come on, Sherry, we're going to be late for the big game.
They look at us and wonder, what's out there?
We are.
We've never been the type to stand to the side, letting world-changing ideas go untested. We push even beyond our own expectations. Here is seen across the country and heard around the world. We strive to be bold, to be impactful, and to challenge the status quo.
Because from here,
and here, and even here, it's possible.
Back here in Lubbock, 19th ranked Texas Tech on top of Northern Colorado by 6 right now. Big 12's latest starting 5, Chris, has the Red Raiders big man JT Toppin among those 5.
Boy, he's in some good company right there. Obviously JT had really good games against LSU and Arkansas last week, but AJ DeBonsa, probably a one and done freshman for BYU. Melvin Council, I think, went for 37 against NC State on Saturday. And then Brandon Burries, they are arguably the top team in the country right now. And that makes for a loaded Big 12 conference.
Yes, it does.
I mean, and what Iowa State did to Purdue recently, and obviously there's those pesky Houston Cougars and Kelvin Sampson.
Toppin's got 3 tonight on that 3-pointer. Had 30 against Arkansas and 11 rebounds. 7 of them were offensive boards. Christian Anderson leads the Big 12 in assists, has 4 already tonight. Tyree Bryan's 3's off the mark. That ball gets bounced around and apparently off JT Toppin. Will belong to Northern Colorado.
Yeah, Tyree Bryan, he's 0 for 2 from behind the arc, but he comes into this game, I think he's got 155 career 3-point makes, so it's in there. You just got to keep shooting those. That's going to have to be a part of what this Texas Tech team is this year.
Oh, Neri might have traveled with the ball, but got away with it. Gets it back from block. Now Delano Wisne with 7 already for the Bears. Red Raiders going to double teaming. Oh, but Yamazaki down the baseline, shot no good. Tried to get his own rebound, but Petty comes out of there for the Red Raiders.
And he missed Neri wide open underneath.
Petty steps back, 3 on the way is no good, but Delano fouled him. Jalen Petty's going to go to the free throw line for 3. The true freshman out of Seattle, Washington, has attempted just 5 free throws this season. And has a chance to nearly double that here.
And he's got to do so with that mask on. You know, the last home game for Texas Tech, that's part of the continuity or lack thereof that we were talking about. He's out with a broken nose, but he's now been fitted with that mask and has played the last couple of games, been really good.
2 out of 2 so far. Red Raiders ranked 15th in the Big 12 in free throw shooting. Chris, they've got to get better at the line.
Well, and it's part of that is because your best player in JT Toppin is shooting below 50%, and he's going to get the bulk of those attempts. And at some point, some teams, I think when you start getting into league play, they may say, you know what, let's just put him on the stripe, make him earn it. And JT's a good free throw shooter. I just think at some point now he's just kind of starting to think about it too much. He's better with a hook shot with his back to the basket where he can't see the rim than he is with the free throw. But some of that's just a mental hook get there.
Wisney's got 9 now for the Bears. He could shoot that hook from the free throw line if he wanted to, I guess. There it is. And there he goes. And he's fouled.
As a flame-throwing left hand is what that is.
Well, he'll get a chance here to go back to the line, but that is just tough to stop. Wisney's going every which direction with that left-handed hook from Toppin. Averaging 21.8. That's second best in the Big 12. Is 11.4 rebounds, leading the league here.
And you just see that footwork right there by JT Toppin.
In and out. Oh, that's an illegal pick set by Neri on Christian Anderson. Only the second turnover of the game by the Bears.
And here's something you don't see much. Christian Anderson's going to come off the floor for a few minutes before this next media timeout. Jazz Henderson going to come in, and I think Grant McCaslin basically saying after that last game, I've got to commit to playing more guys. Even if it's just a few minutes here or there. And then Jazz Henderson, a 3-time state champ and out of Dallas, and he talks. I think he's a communicator, and feels like that's something that this team needs.
Had a pretty good teammate too. Petty's 3 is off the mark.
Yes, he did. I gotta say, foul on JT Toppin on the rebounding attempt, but yeah, Jazz Henderson, you can see it right now already. He's just kind of starting to talk to his teammates. He knows all the plays, knows where everybody's supposed to be, communicates it. He brings a little juice to the floor. Give the young man an opportunity, and I think that you'll see this a bit going forward. This isn't just a one-time scenario.
5'11" freshman out of Oak Cliff's Faith Family Academy. He and JT Toppin played there together.
And he will earn more playing time if he can show that he can guard the ball.
Block trying to get inside against Petty, couldn't do it. Here's Mowen, got around The Red Raiders, Tyree Bryan scores.
Man.
Yeah, but talking about Christian Anderson, he plays more minutes at least to this point of the season than any other player in the Big 12, more than 38.
And I just think Grant feels like you can't sustain that necessarily. Well, there's Jalen Petty just said, you know what, nobody's going to guard me. Yes, I'm 3 feet behind the arc. I'm pulling the trigger. But Christian, he's shown that he can handle it. I just think that at some point, though, you want to incorporate some more bodies in here. And again, you'll be strategic with it.
Bomboye called for the foul there, but we've got a timeout.
Hey, that's my song. I love trash, not you. I thought taking it out made you mad.
Ever since I got Glad, taking it out's not half bad.
Not half bad.
We love trash. Anything dirty or dingy or dusty. Anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Don't get mad, get glad.
Good morning, Moon. Good morning, Dune. Good morning, Ocean's Tune. Good morning, Crush. Good morning, Rush. Good morning to the mother, whispering hush.
Good morning, North.
Back here in Lubbock, John Harris and Chris Level, Red Raiders in Northern Colorado. And here's the problem for the Bears. It's the absence of Quinn Danker, their leading scorer, Chris, a guy that's done a lot of good things for them. Already twice the player of the week in the Big Sky Conference. Injured his hand last time out, and without him, that takes away a big chunk of offense.
Well, yeah, he's the straw that stirs the drink, and he's gone for over 20+ 5 games this season. Tons of experience. And, I think he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, it appears. So it's unfortunate for the Bears.
Yeah, more than 100 career games. Very good from outside the arc, but not playing tonight. He won't for a while.
And he's over there singing Mariah Carey to his teammate. I think we caught a glimpse of that right there.
Time of year when Mariah Carey comes out of hiding.
Yeah, that's right. I know this is your favorite Christmas song. People watching at home are like, what are they talking about? Yeah, they're playing All I Want for Christmas in the arena here. We were watching Zach Danker kind of sing it to his teammate there, lip syncing. Jazz Henderson still in the game, John.
Red Raiders with a 10-point advantage. Watts with the basketball has not missed from the floor tonight. Gonna give it up. Jalen Petty's got 9 since coming in off the bench. Donovan Atwell's in there. There are some Red Raiders who can shoot threes on the floor right now. Petty fouled on that jumper. Christian Anderson going to return now.
Yeah, I got to say that Petty was hit on his elbow. Yeah, he really looks to pull up from behind the arc, and inside the arc is not something we've seen a lot of, but he steps in there and tries to knock down the free throw jumper. You see, Jazz Henderson gives you some good minutes right there. They're not going to ask him to score, just facilitate and guard and then talk. Because any minutes with Christian Anderson on the bench, not exactly ideal, but again, I think it's a message to the entire team about we need more communication out there. We need some juice.
It also may help make Christian Anderson more rested in crunch time. And there's Shields follows up that miss by Delano and rams it home. No defense inside and nobody blocking out. And Grant McCaslin does not like that. But Petty a moment ago, 5 for 5 at the free throw line. That equals the first 10 games of the season for him with 5 free throws, 10 for 10 on the year. Here's Anderson. He's had Bomboye open inside. Didn't seem, misses short Bombay. Boy, he had the ball knocked out of his hands. Atwell saves it, and Shields is down in the lane. May have stepped on somebody's foot, might have rolled an ankle.
Well, you had two Bears laying down on the floor, and yep, Delano is kind of, he got hit in the back of the head. Shields is face down.
6'10" junior out of Ashland, Oregon. They get a chance to see more of what happened right here. May have bumped into one of his teammates and may have taken a shot in the face in doing that.
Yeah, is that friendly fire, or is another look at it right here?
Oh, yeah. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Delano falling hit Shields right in the face with his head.
Yep. Hopefully everybody's okay there, but that's not good. And they're both looking around like, who did that to me?
Too many times that's the case. Teammates collide. Shields is at the end of the bench being attended to there. Wisne is back in the ball game with Yamazaki inside. And here's Watts going to go right to work on Yamazaki and pick up the foul. Neri will return for the Bears.
And both of these teams shooting it really well. That's one thing that won't please Grant McCaslin, allowing 55% from the field for Northern Colorado. But the Red Raiders hovering around 70% from the field. Defense optional.
Not for the head coaches, though.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Lawan Watts back to the free throw line for the Red Raiders. Red Raiders at the line tonight have been good. It's a surprise that Northern Colorado is just 2 for 5. A team that shoots over 77%. Watts still perfect tonight.
And Watts is just somebody that has to be an integral part of what this team will be this year. You know what you have in JT Toppin and Christian Anderson. But he's got to be kind of that third option. And he's putting his best foot forward tonight. He's already got 17 points.
Well, that ball right through the hands of Neri, and in the scramble for the ball, it's out of bounds off the Bears.
Yeah, I think Watts is he going to end up at the free throw line again?
It's been his night.
Yeah,
headed right there.
You may be looking at a new career high tonight. At this pace, he may double it.
Season high is 21. Did that in the Red Raiders game at Illinois earlier. Makes that free throw percentage look better too. Red Raiders by 13. Watts is now at 19 points here in the first half. Oh, Zach Block got around that pick. Three-pointer is no good. Bounce off the top of the backboard. Watts lost it for a moment. Delano going to drive inside. Neri good outside the three-point line.
Boy, you give good shooting teams an extra crack at it, and they will often make you pay as they do there.
Watts thought about it. Atwell has not attempted a shot tonight, but there it is. Left-hander is right through the rim and in.
Yeah, three-point specialist Donovan Atwell just went over 1,000 career points this past Saturday.
Adding to that total tonight with that shot. Wisne's got an open look at the three. Not good. Tipped back outside. Right to him. Delano a three is good.
Again, second chance opportunity. Luke Bamboye goes down holding his left knee.
That's right in front of the Red Raider bench, and that is not a good sign for Grant McCaslin. Bamboye started the season on the injured list, did not play last Saturday against Arkansas, and he will hobble a bit down toward the end of the Red Raider bench, where Mike Neal will take a look at him. Been the story of the season for the Red Raiders, Chris. Through the first 10 games this year, only 3 Red Raiders had appeared in every one of those games.
Well, and it's just been, you know, thankfully for them, nothing major. You can see him come down right there. Oh yeah, he just kind of twisted his ankle. Landed on Delano's foot. Yeah, hopefully he'll be all right. But that's, you know, I mean, Bamboye doesn't play in the last game. You know, we mentioned the Wyoming game. Jalen Petty doesn't play in that one. It's just kind of been one member of the rotation here and there. You know, you opened up the season with just six players.
Well, there's a rare sight indeed. Atwell drives inside, uses the left-hander to float it up and in. Hunter Caldwell in the ball game for the Bears, and the big man from outside the arc knocks it down.
You got to be able to shoot if you want to play for Coach Smiley.
Cuts the Red Raider lead to 10. Watts drives inside, picks up the foul from Mallion.
That was just Caldwell's 4th made 3 of the season, John. No hesitation.
Sophomore out of Parker, Colorado.
Pick and pop.
Yep, 6'10". Now Lawan Watts back at the line. Can equal his season best if he makes them both. There it is, your jinx.
That was your jinx. Yeah, I'm not taking any ownership of that one.
Got the second, has 20 points now. 6 of 6 from the field. He's including 1 of 1 from outside the arc, and he's 6 of 7 at the free throw line. Block defended by Christian Anderson. Now Toppin's on him, a mismatch inside, with the 3 on the way. A little bit strong and pulled down by Christian Anderson. Averages about 3 rebounds a game for the Red Raiders. That ball tipped away and stolen. Zach Block trying to go the entire way, and he does. Laid it up and in and hit the backboard standard, but hustles back down the floor. Red Raiders have a mismatch here, trying to go to Toppin. Got double teamed. Atwell held up on the drive by Zach Block and go to the line. 4 minutes remain in this first half. Red Raiders trying to pull away, but Northern Colorado just keeps hanging around. 48-39 in favor of the 19th ranked team in the country.
Oh, I'm not. Elf?
Head elf. Everyone wants iPhone 17 with its awesome cameras and epic display. At T-Mobile, get it on them.
Dad says switching stinks.
Not anymore, right, Mrs. Claus?
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes, and they'll drop off your new iPhone the same day. Dude.
Yeah?
Not you.
Switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes. Get a new iPhone 17 on us, and we'll drop it off the same day.
Colonel was obsessed with making the perfect flaky holiday pot pie ever since he was gifted his very first spork. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. And with 8 times points on Chase Travel, now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Clorox Sentiva. Cleans like Clorox.
smells like cherry blossom. Experience long-lasting freshness with new Clorox Scentiva Cherry Blossom.
I have a purpose.
Boy.
Getting offensively from Lawan Watts when he transferred here from Washington State. They want him to get better on the defensive end, Chris, but man, tonight on the offensive side, he's been really good.
Yeah, offense has never been the problem with him. And what's interesting is his stat line. He's got a couple of assists. Obviously, he's been really good from the floor. He's got 20 points, 7 of 8 from the stripe, but just 1 rebound. And I think averages about 6 a game, but that's typically been an area where he's been really good, but hadn't needed to because all the shots are going in.
That's right. 6 of 6 from the floor. Atwell's got 6 points now with that free throw.
And this is, you're seeing the Texas Tech at the free throw line again, and you mentioned Atwell. You're 13 of 16. That's been an issue just team-wide. You mentioned the percentage free throw, but really it's been the lack of attempts. Just the inability to get to the stripe in a few of their games has really been a problem.
That Arkansas game, 3 of 10. If you had shot 14 to 17, you win that game.
That's right.
Oh, Delano in the corner. He's got 10 in double figures in his first career start at Northern Colorado. Red Raiders by 8. At 50 in the first half against the Bears last year. There's JT Toppin inside.
Yeah, you just throw it to him on that right block and let him go to work. Everybody fans out. And you kind of pick your poison. If the double team comes, that's where the three-point opportunities come. But again, the Northern Colorado, the spacing and the movement, just can't get them stopped.
That's a great look inside by Delano.
It is. Hovering around 60% from the field are the Bears. The Red Raiders are up 8 because they're shooting 73% from the field, but you see JT putting the defender in the spin cycle there.
Jalen Petty working the baseline, has 11 for the Red Raiders. Feature on him coming up at halftime. You don't want to miss that one. Here's Christian Anderson, dribbles inside. He is just deadly from that range.
Well, that two-man game is deadly. I mean, again, how do you defend those two? That is a pick and roll that is, again, a problem.
Boy, long arms there of Neri. Able to drive inside, reach out, and score under 3 minutes now to go in this first half.
And the Bears are hooping.
Yeah.
Very confident team.
Red Raiders knew that would be the case. Caldwell trying to defend JT Toppin, and he's got a problem.
Well, if he backs you down that deep, I mean, you're not getting it stopped.
Delano on the drive, lays it up high off the glass, and it goes. High percentage shots, driving inside. Red Raiders by 8 at the 2-minute mark. Here's Toppin again. They're going to double team him. Here comes block. Atwell finds a spot inside, but kicked it back up top to Christian Anderson. 10 on the shot clock. Oh, here's Lawan Watts. Donovan Atwell's 3. Little bit strong. Caldwell brings it down for the Bears. Block trying to probe Jalen Petty. Can't find a way inside. Here's Delano. Quick shot up. No good. And Watts soars for the rebound. Toppin back to Petty. Now the Red Raiders work it to the opposite side. Christian Anderson. Here's Watts. Back to Christian Anderson. 3 rims around and pulls out of there. And Block has it for the Bears. Chance to cut into the Red Raider lead. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Mallon going to try to drive against Atwell. Back to block. 6 on the shot clock for the Bears. Blocked over Lawan Watts. Long one is good. Rainbow 3 found the bottom of the net.
Yeah, Grant McCaslin going to call timeout. His user lose a timeout. And the Bears just way too comfortable. Way too comfortable. Very confident. 51 points in the first half here in the United Supermarkets Arena.
Ran that shot clock down. Really had no other choice. 7th made 3 for the Bears. Red Raiders have 6 long range. It's been them hitting at the free throw line, and it's a difference tonight. 14 points for the Red Raiders at the charity stripe, just 2 for Northern Colorado. But Grant McCaslin told his team, Chris, that the Bears would come in confident.
And they sure, he wasn't lying to them. Yeah, 7 threes, shooting 60% from the field.
Red Raiders nearly 70% from the field.
And the difference in the game, honestly, is Texas Tech's ability to get to the free throw line. 12 more made free throws for Texas Tech compared to Northern Colorado, but
Northern Colorado is actually more than doubled up Texas Tech on the boards, or nearly doubled them up. But Texas Tech has shot the ball exceptionally well. And will inbound it with less than 30 seconds to go. Now here's Lawan Watts. Nobody's going to stop him. Just go right inside, tried to lay it off the top, and then he lost it out of bounds. So the Bears have a chance to make it even closer here at halftime. Brock Wisne is back into the ball game. And Yamazaki is in as well. JT Toppin will sit down for these final seconds. Bamboye is back on the Red Raider bench. He had gone off after rolling an ankle earlier. Nothing on that ankle at the moment.
Yeah, appears to be okay.
So the Bears may want to hold it for the final shot. They've got Zach Block up top against Petty. I tried to lay it off to Wisne on that give and go, but didn't get it to him. Atwell, 3 is long at the buzzer and out of bounds. And that is the end of the first half.
Yeah, but some poor execution by both teams down the stretch in their last possessions. But
for 22 today, but he's got a fight on his hands with Northern Colorado. Red Raiders lead by 5 out of the first half. And it'll be the Bears basketball to get this going in the second half. Delano there, number 1, and his first start in double figures. Block, open look there for a moment. Inside, Wisne's going to drive their shot, swatted away by Toppin.
Yeah, a lot of contact, no call, but that's something that Toppin has gotten a lot better with this year, is the block shot. And Watts continues to stay hot.
Well, that's a season best for Lawan Watts at 23 points.
Wasn't sure he wanted to take it, and then thought, you know what, it is my night. Here we go. And,
nobody coming out to defend it.
No, sir.
Delano goes right back inside. Toppin's got his second block here in the second half. Watts coming out of there. Oh, no one's going to stop him. Gave it back to JT underneath, and Toppin is fouled from behind.
Boy, you just see Watts in the open floor, a problem with the ball in his hands. You want me to score it? You want me to pass it? It's a problem either way. But yeah, you see him kind of hesitate with the three-point attempt right there. There's Toppin with his block shot.
And now Lawan Watts is 1 point away from his career best. And we're not even 1 minute into the second half.
Just a guess, but I think you're looking at history this evening. Lawan Watts
would certainly think that. Oh, Toppin, three-pointer on the way. Banked it in.
And he's smiling on the way back up the floor. The bank is open, even on a Tuesday night.
He's got 12 in the ball game now. The Red Raiders have upped that lead to quickly up to 11.
And JT
Holiday banking hours is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, typically it's closed all the time during the holidays, but Toppin comes into the game with just 2 made threes on the season. He's got that tonight.
Yeah. Following the lead of LaJuan Watts, who's got a couple of threes as well. Wisne's got a problem here. Toppin trying to back him down. He goes back up top to Brian, now to Christian Anderson. Back to JT. Spin move off the glass. Well, that's almost automatic.
Yeah, and you could just see there's a different kind of energy with this Texas Tech team. Those block shots on the end of the floor have really created a different vibe for the guys in white jerseys.
They're going to try to drive that ball inside. Turnaround jumper fading away. Good is Neri. Ring Neri. Atwell, quick trigger three is good. Red Raiders have another three-pointer. It's their 9th of the game.
And Delano looks over his coaches and thinks, I got a hand up, man. I'm right there. He just made it.
Atwell's in double figures now. Amazaki inside, had to kick the ball back on top. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Delano trying to probe against LaJuan Watts. Shot rolls around and falls.
Well, he's really been the story of the night for the Bears, considering, again, the missing Danker. He's been inserted into the starting lineup, and he has played really, really well. His 14th point of the night right there.
Has a chance at a career best, which is 18. Watts thought about it. Now Brian will launch from three-point range. A little bit strong, and it's off the top of the backboard. 17 minutes remain. Red Raiders by 12. Trying to win their 8th game of the year. There's Donovan Atwell. Has actually scored tonight inside the three-point line, which is rare. Atwell coming into the ball game had taken 82 shots on the season, and 76 of them were three-point attempts. Atwell got stepped on, I think, by Delano. Atwell was moving away, I think, and just, he tripped him up a little bit.
Yeah, feet got tangled up right there. I don't think that was intentional by Atwell, but it's going to be a personal foul nonetheless.
Kind of surprised that doesn't happen more often. Neri going to try to drive inside, lost control of the ball. It's going to be out of bounds off LaJuan Watts.
Yeah, but you appreciate Watts diving on the floor.
Getting up close and personal with the front row.
That's right, getting handsy, diving on the floor. That's that strain that Grant McCaslin wants. You've got some guys that you know what kind of energy and skill they've got on one end of the floor, but you want to see that on the other end, and there's an example of it right there.
Delano had it tipped away by Donovan Atwell. Jalen Petty wanted the basketball. His three rims out. Atwell grabbed the rebound, got it to Toppin. Toppin over Wisne. That left-hander won't go. Winds up in the hands of the Bears. Chris, the Bears uniforms bear a striking resemblance to West Virginia for Big 12 fans.
Well, the typical West Virginia teams don't score like this, though. It's more of a grind defensive mindset than what you're seeing here.
Anderson off the mark.
And you get baited into this up tempo, and in every shot, it's just a green light. And if you miss a few, and the other guy makes some, you know, it makes the game interesting.
Wisne's got 16 now with that three.
Kind of weathered the storm from Texas Tech, but back to a 7-point game.
Tech jumped out early in the second half. Got the lead up to 11, but it's back to 7 now.
And that's what Grant has talked about with his guys. Can we sustain levels of play? You see right there, LaJuan Watts down low is an assist, and Toppin with the two-handed dunk.
That's pretty good. High percentage shot, 16 now for Toppin.
But it's those stretches. It's like, can you sustain that level of defensive intensity?
Oh, long going there by Yamazaki goes.
Shot making.
Both these teams are making them tonight. Well, Lawan Watts found a path inside, laid it off the top, and he gets fouled by the reach in from Yamazaki. We've got a timeout. 14:46 remaining in the ball game. Red Raiders with a 6-point advantage over the visiting Bears of Northern Colorado.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Oh, yes, sir. The ball is already rolling now for this new season.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. It's running riot here. Oh, yes, sir. It is all quite astonishing. It's already rolling now for this new season.
Hockey is here. The breakaways, here. The OB goals, here. The Stanley Cup, yeah, you guessed it. It's here on ESPN.
Hey, welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Plan your commute around this dreary Monday morning.
Absolutely electric tonight.
Wait! Go, go, go! Yeah!
Hockey is here. The breakaways, here. The beards, here. The deets, the backhands, the OB goals, all here. Comebacks are here. Bucci is here. Barn burners, thousands of them. Trade alerting, here. The fans, here. The Stanley Cup, yeah, you guessed it. It's here on ESPN.
This is star power from the jump.
Well, got a game on our hands here with just under 15 minutes remaining. Northern Colorado and Texas Tech. Red Raiders by 6 at the moment at 69-63. And on the offensive side for Grant McCaslin and Lawan Watts and JT Toppin are shooting it well.
Yeah, 39 points, 14 of 16 from the field, 4 threes there. That has helped Texas Tech shoot 64% from the field. The problem is, John, Northern Colorado shooting 60%. You know, we were just noticing, too, JT Toppin doesn't have a rebound tonight, but part of that, you only have 13 rebounds as a team. It's because the ball keeps going in the net. There's not been a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and both these teams are 9 of 19 on three-point attempts. Toppin will be at the free throw line, where he is 0 for 1 tonight. The Red Raiders 14 of 17 at the line, and that has been the difference tonight because Northern Colorado has attempted just 5 free throws and made only 2 of them. Toppin and Watts together at the line are 8 of 10. Now 8 of 11 after Toppin misses the second, but JT with no rebounds is the story. Leading rebounder in the Big 12. Oh, that's a nice look inside. And Neri The beneficiary slams that one home.
Oh, yeah, you get it on the block and you cut right down the lane and comes off the stagger screen and just an easy bucket right there. Nice dish.
Atwell in double figures, fired that one up, got knocked down by Wisne after the shot, no foul. Caldwell had it, lost it, and Lawan Watts goes over the front row. Lawan leapt over the seats. He's got to find his way back onto the court.
Yeah, jumped over the front row there.
Welcome to the front row.
That's
Here
right.
it is. Keep your head on a swivel.
Safe landing.
Oh, man.
Yep. Split the defenders there, did he?
He will check out.
Luckily he's okay, because you never know what's on the other side of. Somebody could have been walking by with a tray full of snack drinks right there, and that could have not ended well at that very minute.
Would have been a problem.
Yes, it would.
We have not seen Bamboye in the second half. Tyree Bryan with Petty, Toppin, Anderson, and Atwell for the Red Raiders. Some discussion across the way with the scorers table, but I think we're ready to go. Doug Sermons will hand that ball to Wisne, and we are back to action. Wisne going to try to back down JT Toppin. A lot of contact inside. Big men can get away with that. Foul tipped up and almost in from Neri, but he's over the back of Christian Anderson inside.
Well, and Toppin right there, he knows Wisne's trying to get back to that left shoulder with that right hand, and he just wouldn't stay on it, or wouldn't leave it, and he's forced him into a really tough shot. Good example of knowing your scouting report right there.
Neri will sit down. Delano back on for Northern Colorado. Toppin going to drive right back down inside. There's that left-handed hook. It went halfway down and comes back up. A quick trigger by Zach Block, and it goes. 10 3-pointers now for Northern Colorado.
And we mentioned that about, possible upsets and things like that. It all starts with the 3-point shots, and they made 10 of them.
Anderson trying to get back for the Red Raiders, and that rims around it, comes out. Northern Colorado here with the three can take the lead. Wisne goes right inside and lays it in, and we're tied. And Grant McCaslin has seen enough. He will stop it.
And Northern Colorado, without their best player, has come in here and has played these Red Raiders to a tie game with 13 to go.
Red Raiders were up by 11 in this second half, but even now it's 70.
Bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage vehicles.
With less burning, itching, and pain from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. Most people saw 100% clear skin that stayed clear, even at 5 years. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Nugget Bells, Nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
I do love that.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
3, 2, 1,
Nuggets!
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Tied at 70 here in Lubbock. 19th ranked Red Raiders in Northern Colorado, and Brock Wisne, Chris, the guy that's keeping the Bears in this one.
Yeah, well, you see it right there. He's got 18-5, but he played here last year. He's a physical post scorer. He's a good passer. And again, he stepped up. A lot of guys have stepped up for the Bears and Coach Smiley, but they are hooping.
Had just 6 in the ball game a year ago. Won big by the Red Raiders at 89-64, but tied at 70 here. Wisne coming into the ball game shooting 60% from the floor for the year, and that's the lowest of his career. He has been an outstanding shooter with the ball clearly during his career there at Northern Colorado.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this Northern Colorado team, best start in program history, coming here 9-1. They won 25 games last year. Co-champs of the Big Sky, as we talked about. I mean, this is a good team. JT Toppin with the tip in right there. Maybe that he gets credit for a rebound there.
There's his first board of the ball game. Offensive and tip in. Red Raiders by 2.
But this is where it has to start. If you're gonna, I mean, they're shooting 62% from the floor.
Toppin swatted that ball out of bounds, still with Northern Colorado.
And so somebody's just got to put their foot down and say no more. Like,
LaJuan Watts back in. That's Caldwell for the Bears. They go back to him inside. Toppin blocked another shot. Delano got it back. Wisne thought about a 3, drives inside, and somebody swatted that ball away. Shot clock running down, and Wisne threw it in.
Boy, you play a really good defensive possession, and yet the Bears still find a way to score. That's where you just tip your cap. Good defense, better offense.
Wisne's at 20 points now. Red Raiders working the perimeter. Here's Anderson driving inside. Tries to go up. He's fouled.
And that may be the way to try to break, is to try to start, maybe put some pressure on them, get them in foul trouble, get to the free throw line a little bit. You're settling for a lot of 3s, but those aren't going in. You were one of your last 9 from the field.
Yep, and it's a 72 all time. Under 12 timeout.
Find something extraordinary at the Genesis Signature event. Now is the best time to enjoy exclusive offers.
Select owners can lease the GB70 for $299 per month. Exclusively at your South Florida Genesis retailers.
Hey, that's my song. I love trash, not you. I thought taking it out made you mad.
Ever since I got Glad, taking it out's not half bad.
Not half bad.
We love trash. Anything dirty or dingy or dusty. Anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Don't get mad, get glad.
I have a difficult time relaxing. So being able to wind down and get a good night's sleep really helps me. You know, it's a time to relax and reflect on the wins, the challenges where you could improve. But it's also a time just to turn the brain off, to do something that brings you peace. Waking
72 all. Red Raiders Christian Anderson will be at the free throw line when we get back to play. And hey, tune in ESPN this Saturday, December 20th, as these Red Raiders match up against the Duke Blue Devils at Madison Square Garden. Tip-off there scheduled for 7 p.m.
Well, and if you think Northern Colorado has been difficult to guard, I'm just gonna. Yeah, Cam Boozer thought to be really in line for potentially player of the year this early. Long way to go, but he is going to be. I mean, the matchup between he and Toppin in the paint on both ends of the floor will be certainly something to watch there at the Garden.
Oh, nice pass inside. That ball knocked away from Mowen. And did we get a foul call there on Atwell, or the discussion of who the basketball belongs to?
I think they're trying to figure out possession. Yeah, they may review it. Everybody just starts looking around, and that's the thing these days. Everybody starts twirling their finger. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, that's. Well, I think they're trying to figure out if Atwell touched it as it's going out of bounds.
Call Flores out of bounds. Northern Colorado basketball.
But then I think
that call's being
Atwell,
challenged by Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're telling yeah, okay. I think Texas Tech actually challenged this.
Doug Sermons and Tony Padilla are the two closest to the monitor on the far side. Gonna have a hot dog while you're at the Garden this weekend? Here's another look at this.
Okay, so you'll see Mowen lose it.
The call on the floor has been reversed. Texas Tech's basketball.
And it's going to be Texas Tech basketball.
Yeah, Atwell kind of sticks his hand out, but I think that was the initial thought, is that he had touched it. But after replay review, they say no, he did not.
United Supermarkets Arena is a pretty nice place to play basketball, and so is the Garden.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, Duke always plays one of those games around this time every year. Texas Tech played in that game back in 2018 as part of the 18-19 season when they went to the Final Four. Learned a lot about the Red Raiders that night. They lost that game, but would go on to have a very special season, win the Big 12 Conference Championship.
Well, nice look inside by Toppin, who's kind of frustrated he did not get an assist as Lawan Watts' shot doesn't go, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line, where he is 7 of 8 tonight.
Looking for a career high at the stripe here, Mr. Harris.
23 for Watts.
You think he knows it? So he ties it.
Had that career best of 24 and a triple-double against Santa Clara while at Washington State. There you go.
History. Mr. Watts and his career.
25 for Watts, who had just everything going offensively in the first half for the Red Raiders. Tech by 4. Here's Block trying to drive against Watts. Lost the ball. Atwell had it. Got knocked down by Watts. It'll be Red Raider basketball.
Okay, and now Northern Colorado says they want to use their challenge. Yeah, it's going to be off of somebody's foot. You can't tell who. There's a lot of. Okay, here we go. Here's a.
The call on the floor is out of bounds to Texas Tech. That call's being challenged by
it may be
Colorado.
off the leg of Block.
Yeah, I think you're going to be right. I think it's off of his knee.
Although, how is there not a foul called there? In the NFL or college football, you can't stick your leg out and trip somebody, and sort of what happened there unintentionally. But it certainly looked like it was off the shin of Block.
This is a new rule, and a lot of, I think, legitimately in this case, both teams saying, no, we strongly believe it. But okay, here's the. See if it goes off of this left knee and shin. Yeah, it's going to be off of. Yeah, off a Block. I think you're right. But part of what Grant McCaslin has said is that he talked to a lot of NBA folks in the offseason, because that's something that it's been a regular rule for years in the association. How do you use it? When do you use it? Tell me your thoughts on it. And he basically admitted a lot of NBA teams will simply use it if they know they're not going to win it, just to get a timeout. Now, I think in these cases, not for both of these teams, they legitimately felt like the wrong call was made. But against Arkansas on Saturday, Grant McCaslin asked a challenge, knew he wasn't going to win it. He had one timeout left, and he was just trying to get his guys some rest. But yeah, taking a long look at it here.
Well, both teams have gone back on the end of the floor where it would indicate Northern Colorado's basketball.
After review, the call on the floor stands. Texas Tech basketball.
Oh, now
Northern Colorado
Doug Sermon's announcing that it is Texas Tech basketball.
Well, in the look that we saw, I don't know how you could. I mean, it was pretty clear. Yes. Okay.
Certainly seemed that way.
Yeah. Coach Smiley's going to disagree with that sentiment, but unless there was a different angle that we couldn't see, but based on the footage that we saw, it is pretty clear that it was off of Block's shin.
Red Raider basketball trying to add to a 4-point advantage. Here's Anderson. The JT Toppin, he's double teamed. Atwell kicks the ball back up top. 12 on the shot clock for the Red Raiders. Anderson got underneath the backboard, kicks it out to Watts. 3 on the shot clock, 2 on the shot clock, and LaJuan Watts comes through.
Well, that adds to his night. They're just feeling it.
Now at 27, his 47th career game in double figures, and it's the best night ever offensively for Watts. Oh, that ball got inside to Wisne, and he got around Toppin and scores.
Oh, yeah, you gamble on the high side, and when you gamble and you come up snake eyes right there with the post feed. Nobody there to stop it. No rim protection. And again, Luke Bomboye not on the Texas Tech bench. He kind of landed on a shooter in the first half, kind of twisted his ankle, and was out here earlier, but has not been out in the second half.
Boy, Delano underneath reverse lay-in is good. Northern Colorado just won't go away.
They will not. Yeah, this is clearly a case where it's just first 1 to 100, maybe.
LaJuan Watts, 3-pointer. Everything falling tonight for Watts.
And well, now every time down, if he doesn't touch it, that's a bad possession.
You know, you'd say you want JT Toppin to have the basketball every time down the floor. Leads college basketball in post touches, but on a night where Watts has 32.
Yeah, not on this night.
And he still is not missed from the field. He's 10 of 10 from the field with 3 3-pointers and 9 of 10 at the free throw line. He's got to work on that free throw shoot. Here's Wisne. He's equaled his career high with 22 tonight. And Watts picks up the foul there. First foul of the night on the Red Raiders' leading scorer. Here's Wisne inside, got Toppin in the air, and still got the shot blocked. And again, 2 blocks for Toppin.
Yeah, that's going to give him 5 for the night, which I think matches a career high.
Wisne can't get away from him underneath the long arm of JT Toppin.
I think JT Toppin actually had 5 block shots against Arkansas in that 16-point comeback in the Sweet 16 last year versus Arkansas, and he has matched that tonight. But that's been clearly a spark when you've certainly needed it on the defensive end. But 2 on that possession.
Block trying to spin inside against Christian Anderson, misses the rim, and Anderson comes out of there with the ball. LaJuan Watts has a size advantage against Block. Got double teamed back to Anderson. Here's Watts again inside, lays it off for Toppin, and that's automatic. JT slams it home.
Well, and Watts, he's such a good scorer, but he's such a willing passer. Now you're going to get this crowd into it as they balloon the lead up to 9.
Watts has 32, Toppin 21. Wisne going to go back down inside against Toppin. It's 1-on-1 there. Spin move, left-hander, good. Wisne keeping Northern Colorado around. It's a 7-point Tech lead.
Wisne, he's having himself quite the night too. 24.
Oh, Christian Anderson around that pick set by the Watts is off the mark. Block will bring it across the timeline. Into the corner. Yamazaki can't get away from Watts. Back to Block. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Top of the key. Three is on the way. Off the front iron, and JT Toppin clears. Petty's got 11. Inside Toppin, little strong. Goes back up and tips it in himself.
Trying to get those rebounds. Right?
Yes.
That's what he's saying. He's like, let's get those numbers up.
Went through that first half without a rebound. For the Big 12's leader in that category. Block quick three is good, and he's fouled by Anderson. Could be a 4-point play. We've got a timeout though before he'll go to the free throw line. Red Raiders by 6. There's Toppin finishing a moment ago.
Clorox Sentiva. Cleans like Clorox. Smells like cherry blossom. Experience long-lasting freshness with new Clorox Sentiva Cherry Blossom.
Jimmy, they're coming! Who? Customers from Boynton Beach, Delray, Puka, Deerfield Beach, Parkland, Coral Springs, Coconut Creek, Pompano, and everywhere. Yep, they're coming for the biggest selection and the lowest prices. You better get busy marking down all 1,800 vehicles.
Save up to 20% off MSRP on new Jeep models like Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, and Gladiator during the Wrap Up the Year sales event.
For the lowest prices and the biggest selection, you gotta go Arrigo, Margate.
When you first get a credit card, especially when you're 18, you're like, free money. I've made a couple financial mistakes.
How often do you think about credit?
And I was like, oh, I'm Bill Gates in here. Like, ow.
The why, the how, the pitfalls, the benefits. I'm Troy Millings, and together with my partner, Rashad Bilal, we have been financial educators under the Earn Your Leisure banner. And in this series, we've partnered with Chase Freedom Rise to talk to the next generation about credit, confidence, and specific steps to building something real.
In this episode, we talked to Kaylee, a wellness instructor looking to keep her head above water.
I've been doing it the wrong way.
And Courtney, a celebrity stylist who persevered past her initial credit mistakes.
I wish when I was younger, I wasn't afraid to ask the stupid questions, or what we call stupid questions, because you don't know what you don't know.
This is Foundation Forward.
Folks, I've seen a thing or two. But these prescription prices? Pricey. Higher than a rooster on stilts. Ain't that right, Dusty Pete?
Reckon it's time we rope them in.
Good All-Rex makes saving time and money easier than splitting a biscuit. Paper's looking mighty big for its britches there, partner.
Yeehaw! Save time and money on prescriptions. Check Good RX.
Now they face their biggest test of the season.
ESPN is the home of the college football postseason.
87-81. Red Raiders ranked 19th in the country, leading Northern Colorado. Big night for a couple of guys. Chris, Brock Wisne for Northern Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, he's just really kept this thing together, and he just hasn't backed down to JT Toppin. A lot of those, it's just been a one-on-one post battle between him and Toppin, and he certainly held his own, as you see there. Then Lawan Watts, obviously, with a career night. I'd say that's pretty good. He's pretty perfect to just miss the one free throw, but he's got 32, and he just blew past that career-high 24 points.
It made that look easy, didn't he?
He's setting a new high mark. Some nights they just all go in, but there's been, if you were in the defense when you were showing up to the arena tonight, this wasn't the game for you, because some nights they just all go in. And
Well, and the Red Raiders come in averaging 81 points a game, and Northern Colorado 87. It's reversed at the moment. Block's got 14 now. And the gap is narrowed to 5. Lawan Watts 32 tonight. It's the 5th game this year in which the Red Raiders have had a 30-point score, and he goes right inside and just lays it up and in.
Yeah, he's going to get 40. And that's what he's looking at.
34 points tonight for Watts. He's 11 of 11 from the field. Now double teamed up top is blocked. This is a problem. Going to call timeout. Jalen Petty and JT Toppin. Long and short of that Red Raider lineup, and having pinned at midcourt.
That's right. That's showing him something different that they had not seen yet. Grant McCaslin likes it. Forces the timeout by Northern Colorado. Leaves them with 2 left in the game. Excuse me, 1 left.
Yeah, Lawan Watts is the preseason newcomer of the year in the Big 12. Here's what's coming up for the Red Raiders. Talked about this one on top a moment ago. 3rd-ranked Duke coming up at the Garden on Saturday. And after that, Chris, just one more game before Big 12 play starts.
Yeah, the Winthrop Golden Eagles will come in on December the 28th. And then after that, you're off to the races. Conference play after the first of the year. I know Grant McCaslin remembers New Year's Eve last year, and he dropped one here at home against UCF. Then you lost one to Iowa State before you rattled a bunch of them off. But told us today we will have an edge about us these holiday practices leading up to January the 3rd, and obviously that Winthrop game. But yeah, the non-conference opportunities are running out.
Block, who was at the line a moment ago, a 4-point play, knocks down another 3.
I mean, what do you do there? I mean, it's just a lot of smiles because it's just who's going to outscore who.
Yeah, I think
I mean, a bucket full of shot making has just been spilled all over the floor tonight. I mean, unbelievable.
Your bucket is overflowing.
Yes.
There's JT Toppin, left-hander off the iron. Not going to fall. 89-85, 4-point advantage.
Coach Smiley's team, though, well coached. They have battled throughout, won't go away. Constant movement on offense, and there's another one.
Wisne up quickly. Shot was no good. Watts was trying to rebound it, but Yamasaki was over his back.
Yeah, it went right through him.
Red Raiders have made 8 of their last 10 shots.
Yeah, Yamazaki, that's his 4th personal. The only Bear with any sort of foul trouble. Atwell for Texas Tech has got 3, but just hadn't been a lot of fouls called because, again, so many shots it's just been a clean game for the most part.
A lot of running back the other way after a made shot. Atwell launches the 3 on target, a little bit long, and Toppin may have pushed off underneath. Red Raider fans don't like that. 23 points tonight for Toppin. That's a couple over his average.
Yeah, Wisne can say, man, I went toe-to-toe with basically could be a first-team All-American, and we went straight up.
Here's Delano looking for a lane inside. Layup doesn't go. Wisne there to rebound and put it back up and in.
There he is. Second chance opportunity.
Northern Colorado led that number at halftime.
Yeah, 17 second chance points for the Bears tonight to just Texas Tech's 6.
Well, Lawan Watts goes inside, and he got that one to go too. Everything falling tonight for Lawan Watts.
Well, any possession where he doesn't touch it, you just kind of question it because he just can throw it up around the rim and it's going to go in.
That'll give him 36 with the chance to add to it. 91-87, still more than 4.5 minutes remaining.
You know, I've said it before that JT Toppin is him, but not on this night.
Well, Watts misses his second free throw. What's wrong? He's only missed 2 shots tonight. They've both been at the free throw line. Here's Wisne up top, defended by Toppin. Atwell was chasing Delano, who fell down, but he's back up. Zach Rock just steps back. 3 is not there, and it's Watts who went way up there to pull it down. Red Raiders don't beat the Bears down the court. Anderson trying to set the offense up, but he go right inside to Toppin, just powering his way inside. Not there. Rammed home by Watts, but he may have been called for goaltending.
Yeah, it's still up on the rim, John. It's still up on the rim.
Well, here's another look at it. It was trying to come off. Awfully close.
Yeah, I still think it's close enough to where it's a better.
Grant McCaslin wanted Doug Sermons to take a look at it.
It's up on the rim. But again, see, you used your challenge.
Yeah. Here's Block back to Wisne. Drive inside against Toppin, but he stepped out of bounds. Stepped out on the drive. He's had a huge night with 26. Career night for him. But we've got a timeout with 3:50 remaining. 19th ranked Texas Tech in a battle. 91-87.
Clorox Sentiva. Cleans like Clorox. Smells like cherry blossom. Experience long-lasting freshness with new Clorox Sentiva Cherry Blossom.
It's the final days of Toyotathon at Al Hendrickson Toyota. Get our biggest savings of the year on new Corollas. Now only $169. $169 a month. Plus get up to $500 holiday bonus cash. Toyotathon is on, but not for long at Al Hendrickson Toyota. Last chance. New Camrys, $239. Yes, $239 a month with up to $500 holiday bonus cash. The savings event of the year is here at Al Hendrickson Toyota.
So, you know, when I first got my credit card, I was like, okay, this is free money. It's limitless, you know, that's what you think.
How often do you think about credit?
So many people don't want to renegotiate their relationship with money.
The why, the how, the pitfalls, the benefits. I'm Troy Millings, and together with my partner, Rashad Bilal, we have been financial educators under the Earn Your Leisure banner. And in this series, we've partnered with Chase Freedom Rise to talk to the next generation about credit, confidence, and specific steps to building something real.
In this episode, we met Broderick, a native of Alpharetta, Georgia, the place where he hopes to purchase his first home from his brother.
Hey, man, this is the promised land right here. It kind of encouraged me to be financially responsible.
And Venus X, a world-famous DJ who grew up believing cash was king.
I have to renegotiate this comfort zone that I have with cash.
This is Foundation Forward.
Insurance or not, Good RX is the win hand. No hoops, no hogwash, and no sense paying more than you have to.
With up to 80% off at pharmacies nationwide.
Even get them delivered, lickety-split.
Because when it comes to your health,
Sky-high prices can get. Y'all keep wrangling them savings now, you hear?
save time and money on prescriptions. Check Good RX.
Well, make sure to tune in weekly to the What's Next podcast with Joey McGuire and Robert Giovanetti on Texas Tech Plus. This week's discussion includes an immediate reaction from Coach McGuire and the rest of the football playoff selection show. All about that. You can find out that and more on Texas Tech Plus. And don't tune away from this ball game, Chris.
No, and one of the things that Grant will definitely talk about after this game is over is just the inability to keep Colorado off of the offense, Northern Colorado, excuse me, off of the offensive glass. I mean, 12 offensive rebounds in this game. We mentioned the second chance points, but it's just extra opportunities. And we tried to say it at the beginning of when we came on the air, how good this team is at shooting the basketball. And when you give teams didn't shoot us so well, extra opportunities, but this has just been their night where they're just, most of them have all gone in. But I tell you, Christian Anderson, he has not played his best game tonight, but there he is right there. Always good when it matters the most. Just 7 for him. He was 2 of 8 from the floor before that. Excuse me, that's his 9th point.
Comes at a critical time, stretches the Red Raider advantage to 6. Here's Wisne. That's the guy they want with the ball in his hands. 26 tonight, a career best for him. Just going to back it down against Toppin. Not going to double team him. Got Toppin in the air, picks up the foul, but the shot didn't go in.
He's just going to back it in, and he's trying to get to that left shoulder with that right hand. You can see, just he's just backing it in. Petty kind of jabbing at it. Didn't fully commit to the double team.
Well, and this is really where the difference in this ball game is. Red Raiders 19 of 24 at the line. Northern Colorado is 4 of 7. But that's 27 for Wisne. Also a career night for Vincent Delano, starting tonight for the first time in place of the injured Quinn Dankner, has 16. And here comes Watts. 3 minutes remaining. Red Raiders by 5. Watts gets double teamed back up top. Anderson almost couldn't reach up for that pass from Atwell. Cross court, Jalen Petty's got 11, now 14. Petty hits another 3, his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, skip pass right there, but that's a big shot right there by the freshman.
Mallion with the ball on the outside, nowhere to go. Back up top to block. Lost the ball. Petty dove for it, but into the hands of Delano. Back to block. 3 on the way. Not there. Tipped around and out of bounds, and it's the Red Raiders basketball.
You know, when you don't have Bamboye, he's on the back on the bench in a sweatsuit now. But when you don't have him, you're just missing a lot of length, and that's what happened with this Texas Tech team versus Arkansas. Just you kind of outsized, and so when that ball gets started tipping up around in the air, you're losing some of those matchups.
Now Atwell on the skip pass, not there. Watts couldn't pull down the rebound into the hands of the Bears. Under 2 minutes to play. Here's Wisne to block. Mowen defended by Jalen Petty. 15 on the shot clock. That's not the problem. Trying to go back to Wisne. Pass was off the mark. Christian Anderson grabbed it, gave it to Jalen Petty, and McCaslin wants his team to set the offense up.
Yeah, got to work some clock now. I told you, first to 100.
Is going to win this one.
You're almost there.
Oh, Lawan Watts, 3 on the way. A little bit short. First miss for him tonight from the field. Wisne 3 on the way. Short as well, into the hands of Jalen Petty.
Yeah, that Northern Colorado kind of running out of time and getting forced into some early looks. Not in the natural flow of their offense.
Both teams look mighty tired on a night where it's 96-88. 1 minute to go. Red Raiders have 10 on the shot clock. Christian Anderson, 3-pointer is good. He has come up big here in the clutch for the Red Raiders. 99-88. Delano's got to hurry. Step back 3 over Toppin is not good. And Anderson the rebound.
Yeah, he pull it out, slow it down. Yep.
Red Raiders,
sophomore, but veteran move there.
Yeah. Christian Anderson, veteran of international play with the German national team and the FIBA tournaments over the summer. Awfully good there. Drives inside, layup. Oh, that ball was slapped away by Mowen. That's goaltending.
There's your 100.
The Red Raiders top that mark, and man, Christian Anderson has just come alive down the stretch. Now 14 points, or 12 rather, for Anderson. And a timeout
calling a forced goaltending by rule in the last 2
crew
minutes.
of Doug Sermons looks at the replay monitor across the way. It's 14 for Anderson. He's had the last 7.
Yeah, I mean, again, he had struggled from the floor most of the game, and it's just was a Lawan Watts kind of night, and then JT Toppin pitching in. But Christian, when it came in the winning time, he certainly came alive for sure.
I'd say they're looking at this to see if that ball was off the backboard when it was hit by Mowen. It looks from that angle like it had touched the backboard.
Nobody has to call for a challenge under 2 minutes. That's at the official's discretion. You can't take away. You can't take away point 100 and 101, can you? I mean, everybody was going to get free tacos.
We're going to find out.
After review, the call goaltending is correct. 2 points.
Yep, there you go.
Texas
Red
Tech.
Raiders on an 8-0 run.
Okay, everybody gets their free tacos or something. I think. I'm just making that up.
Some kind of shopping,
yeah,
shopping trip where there's a discount maybe for Christmas. Red Raiders poised now to win this ball game, but it has certainly been a fight with Northern Colorado, who will lose for the first time on the road this season.
Yeah, Leon Horner, Jazz Henderson, and Nolan Groves in the game. Jack Francis.
Red Raiders have some new faces in. Francis slapped that ball away for a moment. Here's Wisne working against Nolan Groves, going to try and back him down, size advantage. And Wisne scores again for the Bears. 101-90 with just a couple of seconds to go, and this game is over. It has been a fight, and certainly a fun one for fans to watch. A lot of up and down, and a lot of scoring.
Well, yeah, Nolan Groves right there gives up a bucket. It's tough right there, but Northern Colorado is going to win a lot of games in the Big Sky Conference. I think Texas Tech's